The charge moves around a circular path. Two forces have to equate each other. Whether orange is a color or a fruit, it makes me think the huge mass of the planets equate with the gravitational force. Very simple. How do we define frequency? Hello students, welcome back to session 3 of my discussion on moving charges and magnetism. What is in store for you all in this session? Here I derive 3 basic expressions. The first one, I derive an expression for radius of the circular path in which the charge is moving. Then I derive an expression for the time period of revolution. And finally, I derive an expression for the frequency of revolution. So, before I pop up to session 3, we will have a bird's view of whatever we did in our previous session. First, we wrote an expression for magnetic force acting on a charged particle. What was that? F equals Q V B sin theta. When was that force maximum? When the charged particle moved perpendicular to the direction of magnetic field. We defined magnetic field strength using that definition. We defined Lorentz force, force acting on a charged particle in the presence of both electric and magnetic fields. And finally, we spoke about force which acts on a current carrying conductor, charged conductor in a magnetic field, which was F equals BIL sin theta. Now, continuing further, I will derive an expression for the radius of the circular path in a magnetic field. Radius of the circular path in a magnetic field. Please to observe this diagram. There is a certain region of space which I have indicated using an into mark. ಏನಪ್ಪ ಇದು ಸರ್ ಶುರು ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮುಂಚೆನೇ ಇಂಟು ಬರೆದು ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. What is the significance of representing a certain region of space using this into mark? It means point number 1, it is a region of uniform magnetic field. So when I indicate a region by this into mark, it means it is a region of uniform magnetic field which is perpendicular to the plane of the paper. If it is the paper, that indicates that the magnetic field is acting perpendicular to the plane and directed into the paper. So, 3 criterions are established through this into mark. The first one says that it is a region of uniform magnetic field. The second, magnetic field acts perpendicular to the plane of the paper. And third one, it is directed into the plane of the paper. Now, I'll consider a charge plus Q as I did in my previous session. Charge plus Q entering the magnetic field with a velocity v. There is a charge plus Q which enters the magnetic field with a velocity v perpendicular to the direction of the magnetic field. I assume, suppose the charge is at this point. This is the direction of the velocity of the charge. This is the direction of the magnetic field. And I told the magnetic force should be perpendicular to V and B. So the magnetic force is acting perpendicular to V and B. What is the basic consequence now? What happens initially? The charge should experience a magnetic force. So at this point, the charge experiences a magnetic force. And what is the expression for magnetic force we wrote? Vector F equals Q V cross B, or an expansion of cross product F equals Q V B sin theta. I have taken this expression from my previous discussion. The magnetic force acting on the charged particle is given by F equals Q VB sin theta. And this magnetic force is maximum when theta is 90 degrees. So the maximum force acting on the charged particle is Q VB. Now, when the particle experiences magnetic force at this point, now it is displaced to some other point in the magnetic field. It is experiencing some force. It has to move. Now it is experiencing some magnetic force in the field. So it is moved to this point. Again, direction of velocity, direction of magnetic field, direction of the magnetic force into the plane of the field. Again, the magnetic force, maximum magnetic force is Q VB sin theta. Again, from here, as an impact of the magnetic force, it is moving to this point. Again, the direction of the magnetic force. Now, if I ask you, what is the path traced by the particle in the magnetic field? Trajectory of the charged particle in the magnetic field. What should be your answer? Circular path. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸರ್ಕಲ್ ನ ಡ್ರಾ ಮಾಡಿರೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಸರ್ಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಪಾತ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಬೇಡಿ. ಫಿಸಿಕಲಿ ಜಸ್ಟಿಫೈ ವೈ ಇಸ್ ಇಟ್ a circular path. Very clearly it shows, since F is perpendicular to the direction of V and B, the path of the charged particle in the magnetic field is circular. F at any point of the field is perpendicular to the direction of velocity and direction of the magnetic field. Therefore, it is moving in a circular path. Now, how is the motion of this charged particle balanced in this magnetic field? When I say balance, when I say equilibrium, two forces have to equate each other. For example, I am at equilibrium on the surface of the earth. Why? My weight is equating gravitational force. The planets are in equilibrium around the sun. The huge mass of the planets equate with the gravitational force. So my dear friends, if an equilibrium has to be established, there has to be equation of two forces. Here, if the charged particle has to move balanced in the magnetic field, two forces should equate each other. Which is the first force? We know the magnetic force acting on the charged particle. Which is the second force? Since the charged particle has a circular trajectory, since F is acting towards the center, there has to be a centripetal force into picture. Therefore, these two forces have to equate each other. What is the expression for centripetal force? You have studied in your 11th that F equals mv square divided by r. So, the centripetal force acting on the charge F equals mv square divided by r. Now, as I told, for equilibrium, for balance, these two forces should equate each other. Therefore, QVB is equal to mv square divided by r. A V and a V gets cancelled. So, R equals mv divided by QB, which means the radius of the circular path is directly proportional to the velocity of the charge and inversely proportional to the magnetic field strength. So, R is equal to mv divided by QB. So, this expression gives me the radius of the circular path. How did I assign it is a circular path? Any point of the magnetic field, magnetic force is perpendicular to the direction of the magnetic field and the velocity of the charge. It acts towards the center. There is a centripetal force. So the magnetic force is equated with the centripetal force and the radius of the circular path is arrived. Now, going ahead, I will arrive at the expression for time period of revolution. Time is equal to distance traveled by speed. Now, from where did I get this expression? Time equals distance traveled by speed. Basically, we know Speed is distance traveled by time. So time is distance traveled by speed. What is the distance traveled by the charge? I told the trajectory is a circular path. The charge moves around a circular path. So the distance traveled should be equal to the circumference of the trajectory. So distance traveled is circumference of the circle, or T equals circumference is 2 pi r divided by V. R, radius of the circular path, which we have already derived in my previous case. So 2 pi by V into radius is mv divided by qb. M into V divided by qb gives you radius. This V and this V gets cancelled. So 2 pi m divided by qb. So this is the time period of revolution. And finally, frequency. Very simple. How do we define frequency? Reciprocal of time. So F equals 1 divided by T, or F, the other way of writing time period, QB divided by 2 pi m. Here, there is an amazing factor. If you observe the expression for time period, it is independent of the velocity of the charge. It is radius that is directly proportional to the velocity of the charge, and the time period is independent of the velocity of the charge, but still, even time period is the reciprocal inverse of the magnetic field strength. Now, what if the charged particle moves at an angle 0 degrees, 90 degrees and 180 degrees to the direction of the magnetic field? What may be the nature of the trajectory if the charged particle moves at an angle of 0 degrees, 90 degrees and 180 degrees? For 0, no force. 180, no force. So circular. For 0, 90 and 180 circular. Any other angle than this, 45 degrees, 35 degrees, 62 degrees, the trajectory is a helix. Please to understand, for any other angle other than 0 degrees, 90 degrees and 180 degrees, for any other angle, the path or the trajectory is always an helix. So students, in my today's session, we have derived an expression for radius, time period and something called frequency. Remember, for any other angle, angles other than 0, 90 and 180, the path is an helix. Hope you have come prepared with expressions of the previous session. Don't take things or exams lightly. If a question is asked whether orange is a color or a fruit, it makes me think. Think, students. What was the magnetic force acting on a neutron? Sir, 0. Why? It is a neutrally charged particle. When is force acting on a charge 0? I know it, sir. when the charge moves parallel or anti-parallel to the magnetic field. What is the SI unit of magnetic field strength? Tesla. What is Lorentz force? Combined effect of electric and magnetic fields acting on a charge. In my next session, I will turn up with a very beautiful concept called velocity selector and two important concepts by Biot-Savart's law. Please go through these expressions, prepare well, stay safe. Until we meet back, let us all have a good time. Thank you.